What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having an amazing day as always. Sorry we haven't been making a ton of videos lately, but we've been busy with the holidays, and just it being winter in general has made it project time around here, and we've been making a lot of big changes. So today we're going to answer some questions and show you some things we've been working on. So this is pretty much what it looks like here in the winter before we open everything up. This is how we insulate. We use styrofoam, literally styrofoam insulation boards, between 3/4 and 1.5 inches thick, just depending on what was available at the time and what we're using it for. So obviously the thicker stuff insulates better. So we keep the insulation on during the night, and pretty much any time when it's just too cold out, we cut it to size. Cats like it. Yeah, so this is done for all of our tubs. Now they do have heaters in them, but with the insulation covering the top, they have very little heat loss. The tubs themselves are pretty thick, so yeah, this works very well. So what we've done new is we are breaking down our inside fish room and bringing everything outside. So everything will be outside. Here's what we're doing for those. So we're actually transitioning away from these racks, which you've seen us use in pretty much all our videos. We're transitioning away from that, and we've been building our own wood and concrete racks. And that's how these are going to be insulated. So unlike the ponds here, which are only insulated on one level, which is the top, and I mean they have the container itself, but it's not exactly insulation. We have this. So it's insulated in the front, top, and in the back. We also have a board, if we can see that here. So yeah, they have 3-part styrofoam, aquarium lids, and heaters. It's only 50 degrees here, so we will not be taking these lids off quite yet. But this is how we keep things warm, and kind of one of the projects we've been working on is breaking down the inside fish room and bringing everything here outside. Now we're almost done with this. We have a few more tanks to go, probably about 5 or 6, and then we're good to go. Everything will be outside except for a couple 100-gallon aquariums that we don't plan on moving anytime soon. It has warmed up a bit, so we have removed all of the installation, so you can see how everything's doing. Now, we're not getting as much light naturally, and because we're covering it during part of the daylight, the plants here are looking, this is what they look like in the winter, which is not quite as good as they look in the spring, fall, or summer, just because they're not getting quite as much light, and they're dealing with actually the same temperatures. But normally the cold weather would stunt them or outright kill them in some cases. Now, a lot of these plants are cold weather friendly, such as hornwort, guppy grass, pearlweed, that kind of thing are pretty cold weather friendly. So they can be grown without heaters, as long as, you know, you're not below freezing temperatures, they'll be all right. But everything's heated, so that's not really the issue. The issue is light. And as you can see, all our tanks have been uncovered for the day too. So let's go look through the tubs, and then we'll look at the fish tanks. So we have successfully got some Vienna pond going. This was a struggle, but these guys are now breeding in here. I don't know if we'll be able to see the fry, but yeah, we can see that. There's a whole bunch of fry in here. So that has been a success. All right, so here is our tanks. We saw these ones earlier. Now we are using these tanks in most cases as fry tanks for our ponds. We take the fry out of the ponds, age them up, and then re-release them. This way we're getting maximum production from our fish. That is not the case for all of them. For example, these blue topaz, we do not have a pond of. This is our only tank of them. And same thing for these sunsets, for example, which is a morph of the blue topaz. So in contrast, here is a bunch of aging purple dragon, which we do have a pond of. So, and some of the stuff we have not shown before. So for example, this fish is a regular koi guppy. Normally we've only shown and sold the albino koi guppy. So this one has a bit more of an intense coloration on the red and no red eyes, normal eyes. So that's the difference there. But we haven't shown them before. They'll get their own video, of course. We've been pulling fry of those, which is good. We'll go do the top rack first, and we'll go back and do the bottom. All right, so next down we have our red rose. We do have a pond of these as well. So this is just an aging tank. Now we have not shown this fish again yet. These are our only Endler guppy. This is a double swordtail Endler. Again, we have fry aging of these, no pond. This is our only tank of them. But a very pretty fish. Here's what the females look like. Kind of similar to the Vienna females, actually. All right, next up, we have our black metal jacket aging tank. We have a 100-gallon of these as well, pond. We have a black koi aging tank. Again, we also have a pond of these. Midnight blues. Yes, we have a pond of these too. And then we have our endos. Now these actually started in this tank and have moved to the pond versus the other way around. So this is the original endo tank. Pretty fish. And not all of these tanks are perfect. A lot of these tanks, like I said, are aging tanks, so they need to be cold. And this is all natural sunlight, very reduced natural sunlight via cloud cover and sunscreen. So the colors are going to pop more if you put a light directly over the tank. So that's it for the top rack right now. And for right now, we have plans to continue downwards. But for the bottom, we have our guppy grass. Ooh, bottom's gonna be hard to film. We have our guppy grass and pumpkin orange shrimp tank. I don't know if we're gonna go through each of these just because of the glare. We'll see. We have our Vienna and pumpkin orange shrimp tank, which was aquascaped and kind of got messed up in moving it, so we'll have to redo that. We have our blue galaxy and fire red shrimp tank. I don't know if we'll be able to see any of these guys at the moment. Here's a female. We don't have a lot of fish or shrimp in here at the right now. We're doing our best with this tank. It has been difficult. Oh, here's a male blue galaxy. And I'm not seeing any of the red shrimp at the moment. Maybe if we look. No. Not seeing any of the red shrimp to show off. So here's a yellow tiger grow out tank full of Taiwan lilies. Next to it we have our albino koi. So you can see these are a little bit more orange than the red kois. This is more of a orange albino koi. Let's see if we get the red eyes on there. It's kind of hard, it won't focus, but they do have red eyes. kind of see it there. So that's what makes them the albino, is they're more orange than red and have red eyes. Next to them, we have our Nebula Steel Grow Out tank. We have a big pond full of these guys. And then we have a bluegrass tank. We actually don't have a pond. This is our only tank of the bluegrass, so there's quite a few in here. Just a bare bottom with some guppy grass, some java moss, and shrimp. They help keep everything nice and clean. You can see that shrimp is actually grooming that extremely pregnant bluegrass back there. That's crazy. A little bit of culling work needs to be done in there. The bluegrass will sometimes throw red in the tail, like that one right there, and that's a cull, so they need to be removed. We have our Japan Blue Grow Out tank here. And then finally, our Full Gold Grow Out tank, which is full of a ton of really small fry and even Cory fry. Let's see. Yeah, there they are. These were just pulled this morning, so very young. So we still have more tanks to come. Let's go peek inside and I'll show you what we have left. And then all our stuff will be outside. Alright, so we still have this 15-gallon vertical that's been pretty much emptied besides some shrimp left in there. It was having some issues and needed to be broken down, so that's why that happened. So that one, then here, and then here's what we actually have left in the fish room. We have these two 29 gallons full of red mosaic threadfin. $29 full of our albino full reds. A 20 full of Vienna and shrimp. A 10 full of red dragon. I think that's a 2 or a 5, I'm not sure. This is full of a Vienna morph that I'm working with. It's a blue Vienna. A 29 full of Vienna. A 20 full of, I'm actually not sure what's in here. I think it's blue Moscow. I don't remember at the moment. We'll come back to that. Then we have our, this is a 10-gallon here full of the Sunrise Topaz. And then above that, we have albino koi in a 10-gallon. So basically here's what's left to go outside, plus that 15, and then we also have 200-gallon aquariums we're not going to move at all, so that'll be it. Then everything will be outside, easy to reach. But basically, this is the state of the fish farm at the moment. Lots of projects going on. All the fish are doing pretty good. Plants are looking pretty good. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video.